main thing. And again, there is a whole niche of people out there that just enjoy the online stuff, and I'm sure there's a lot of people going to buy this game just for the online play. But what about you, Matt? Are you somebody that is interested in that, and this would appeal to you in the Red Dead world?
I'm going to say I'm not massively into my online gaming. I mean, this game is particularly one-player orientated, but the main story and the depth they put into it. So I'm not surprised that they've gone the online route, considering what they did with GTA. But again, I played GTA and I didn't really have much desire to jump into the online function of it. I mean, I get that it was a load of fun, and people were telling me, yeah, you should get into it. It's loads of fun. You can join a group and like we can do missions and all this together. But I just kind of feel like not everyone's goals align with yours. Sometimes on online, it just takes one person to spoil it in the end. So I just rather keep it to myself. I know what you mean. And know where I can enjoy it. I enjoy playing it by myself, and that's the way I like to do it. So I'm not in any rush to jump in and play with some 12-year-old or whatever, or 50-year-old, wherever,
screaming,
might know how to play the game,
cussing you down the line. I know what you mean. I had that once. I'm probably the same. However, saying that, I was just thinking, like, man, me and you will, if we can, at some point, we will hook up online and do some stuff with Red Dead for our videos for sure on our YouTube channel. I think that'd be pretty cool. Like, maybe when we're really settled into the game, that'll be a cool little experience. Okay, so literally before I sign off here with Matt, thank him for being here as long as he's been. Certainly got through a lot on this, and don't forget to check out our YouTube channel, because that's where I'm going to be posting the first videos. And one of the first videos I'm going to be doing is unboxing the collector's box, which I know a lot of people are quite interested in seeing what it all is all about, what the quality's like and everything else. Just to let anybody that doesn't know, it's got like a treasure map in there. Not really sure what the quality will be like of all these things. It's difficult to tell. All you've got is the visuals of it. There's a Wheeler, Rawson and Co. catalogue, so that is one of the main shops that's in Red Dead, and I think that's kind of a nice little touch. I mean, Matt, have you ever been a collectible person? Are you into collector stuff and games, or have you done the right thing and steered away and not got yourself too obsessed like me sometimes?
I am, if it's a series that I'm like really, really passionate about. And although Red Dead's a great game, it's not exactly one that I've followed and know the ins and outs of the story and the backstory. I just play it and just enjoy it as I go along. I mean, I played the previous one, but a lot of the stories like gone into my brain and left now, so I might have to do a recap on that before I play the new one myself. But if it's something like Resident Evil was kind of like my thing, I'm really heavy into that, and I know there's a collector's edition coming out for that, so that's going to be another weighing up of is it worth the money. But definitely I am into the collector stuff, and sometimes you even do that thing, don't you, where you wait for the game to release and you see if you can get it cheaper on eBay. Totally agree.
So it includes like this magazine. Now, I mean, for me, I think anything that's in the game that then you can actually have in your hand, tangible, as long as the quality's there, that's a really good piece. So I'm kind of glad that they've done that. I'm not sure. I think it'll be pretty good, because apparently, from what I've read, some people have got their hands on it, and they said that it's very much laid out how it would have been back in the day with that catalogue. So that'll be interesting to see that. Then there's a pin set in this. Like, the pin set, man, it's good. And they're all of guns and revolvers. But I'm kind of thinking to myself, you'd probably get that for like, 10 quid on eBay somewhere from like China will probably do you that kind of thing. I've seen some key rings going around that are pretty decent. I actually picked up one that came in from China, and it is so like good, like the actual quality of it is good as well, and that cost me all of £4. So pin set, collector's box, that's not really doing it for me that much, I would say that much. Then there are playing cards. Now I'm really happy that they put this in there, because this is something that was playing cards in the first Red Dead was featured heavily. That's actually something we didn't really discuss actually in what's going to come up in the game. Obviously, Matt, there are so many things that you're going to be able to do, as in poker and blackjack and all the rest of it. So, even if you haven't got enough to do, there's that as well. And I'm sure there's plenty of other stuff in the saloon that we'll get to at another point. I'm sure we'll talk about maybe the sort of adult version of the podcast. I'm sure they're going to add that in. Anyone that's played GTA 5, they definitely ain't scared of going that way, are they? So in the strip bars and stuff. So goodness knows what we're going to see here. But I'm glad they've put the playing cards in this, because I think that's something last time I wish they did with the original Red Dead Redemption. I was like, I wish they would have done playing cards or something around that, just to have the visual art on it and stuff. Then there's a 6. This is what it just says. It says a 6-shooter bandana. Now, the look of the bandana looks like something I could probably get from my local Primark for about £1. And you say, yeah, that's a bandana. Because there's so many bandanas you can just get off eBay that look very similar. So unless it has something like a very key bit in it, which needs to be engraved Red Dead Redemption 2 or Rockstar or something, then it's kind of very non-value to me. It's just, what the hell is that doing there? So I'm hoping that there's something about it that is either in the game, it's a big part. I get the sense it's probably just there as a bit of a prop, if I'm honest. But I'm hoping not. I'm hoping there's more to that. But yeah, take it or leave it on that one. Then we've got, how about this? 12 cigarette cards. Now, cigarette cards were a thing back in the day that used to be everywhere at one time. Nowadays, very, very rare. Again, much like the playing cards, that's a good thing for me. I think that's a good part, and some of the artwork on it looks really good that I've seen. It's of a lot of the main characters, so I think that'll be pretty cool. This is a strange one to put in there, though. How about this? Double-sided puzzle. I mean, it's got to be a hell of a puzzle, isn't it, to warrant this going into what we've already spoken about. Yeah, I mean, I can't say I'm really into doing puzzles. I don't think I'll be getting this out before I put the game in, let's put it that way. Matt calling me up that night, how are you getting on with the game? Oh, I've not started it, I'm doing my puzzle. What? Yeah, no, I'm doing my puzzle. Until this puzzle's done, I'm not getting on with that game. That's going to have to wait. I'm sure there's people out there. What's that, mate?
I said frame it and put it on your wall.
Yeah, I think that's probably the best place that's going to go, really. I'm sure there's people out there that would love that and, going to be really into it. But I thought it was just a very strange thing. Did they just get a deal with a puzzle company and think, yeah, let's whack that in?
That might be handy for some guys out there who are getting this game. Then they can say to their girlfriend or their wife, "Here you go, do this."
Yeah, while I'm playing it. Yeah, that's it. And then finishing up, we have a collectible challenge coin. Now, the collectible challenge coin, it's very difficult to see in this picture, this image of what that quality is. Now, if it is of good quality, then this is a good piece to have in a collector's box. But it is very difficult to tell what the markings will be and stuff like that. But you'd expect something like that in this. Now, one of the main reasons I've seen people want this as much as they want it isn't even for the contents inside. It is purely for what it comes in, and that is this metal tightening box with lock and key. Now, the actual box looks really good, the actual metal thing. It looks excellent because it looks like, something, it's made of metal and everything else, and that looks really cool as a prop, and that is something that I will like to have. That is definitely, without all this other stuff in it, I would probably be gravitated towards that more than anything. However, there is always a big however with this, Matt, and I don't know if you've seen the picture of it, but when you go closer into it, it looks like the unfortunate thing with this is the lock and key looks like something your sister would have on a diary, because quite frankly it doesn't look that overly great. And so you've got this great big, metal box. However, the key and lock look a bit naff, to say the least. They look a bit cheap. I'm hoping that's not the case, and I'm hoping like it comes, the lock and key is actually pretty decent and built to make look pretty realistic to this metal box. But that is the only thing that throws me off it. But like I say, that'll be one of my first videos. I will unpack this, we'll go through it together, I'll show you guys everything in there. It'll literally be about a 10-minute video of just going through these things, and you guys can make your own your own opinions. Obviously, overall, the thing is, if you're a collector, you're going to always have these, so it's always going to be valuable, because like I say, if the game's a big hit, which we're expecting it to be, these things just go up and up and up. However, in saying that, I think I sent everything to you, Matt. The merchandise that Rockstar Warehouse are going to be selling after this is they have got a ton of stuff. They've obviously got pounced on that, Matt, that the merch is gonna sell quite heavily after this game, and yeah, they've got. We won't go into that now, because that's going to be for a whole different podcast, and I'm going to wait for that to actually start being added to the shop, because at the moment they've only put pictures up, but it's not available, so I'm just going to wait for all that stuff. But trust me, if you like this game and you want more stuff for it, you're going to have the opportunity to get that stuff, because they've literally tried to cover each thing they can. Now I'm going to end finally and let Matt go here, because I'm probably guessing he wants to get out and wrap this thing up as soon as possible.
I know there was a lot to talk about. So,
yeah.
I was more than happy to sit and talk about it. Probably talked about it just as long as we're going to get the game and play it soon. So.
Yeah, it's true. Really building it up here. So one of the other things that I read that people were really interested in about the game is, will Sony, are they going to launch it as a bundle with with a PlayStation? And what I would recommend, because this is actually good value. I'm not sure what the prices are in the US, but I would imagine they're the same sort of thing. So if you haven't got yourself a PS4 Pro and you're thinking of getting one, now is probably a good time, because they are doing a PS4 bundle with Red Dead Redemption inside, and that's coming out at I think it's £350. So that's actually cheaper than what that's gone down in price a little bit. So if you want the combination of the both, and you're going to get the game anyway, this is probably a good time to get that now. The only disappointing thing I have about the launch of having Red Dead Redemption 2 is, unlike Spider-Man that just recently come out, I don't know if you saw, Matt, but Sony did their own PlayStation, it was coloured in the Spider-Man stuff. The control was the same, and it was obviously uniquely made for Spider-Man. Whereas this, what they've done is if you get the FIFA PlayStation type box, they've kind of done that. They've stuck the Red Dead Redemption 2 cover on it. However, it's all blue, and it's, I think I would love it if they had done one that was just really dedicated to the game and red, and really, and had the PlayStation inside, like the PS4 Pro or whatever, or the normal one, customized to that game. However, I've been reading up on this, and if you are patient enough and you don't go guns blazing in and getting this version, apparently at the end of November, which isn't far off, they are going to be releasing that exact console, that bundle, as one. So you'll be able to get from what I'm reading on Sony's part, I don't know what Xbox are doing, but on Sony's part, you can get the custom made kind of looking Red Dead Redemption 2 console with the control, and the whole box will be uniquely tailored to it. So if you're somebody that likes collecting, that's probably going to be more for you. If you're not too fussed, I'd say this is probably a very good value to if you were thinking about getting a Pro to kind of like, you know, treat yourself with the game as well. It's probably the best value at the moment out there at $350, I believe. So interesting to see what comes of that. Matt, for you, will you be getting this on Sony PlayStation or your Xbox One?
Oh, well, yeah, I'm currently in the process